the best return for anybody, has been for many years and probably will continue to be so, is organic, because that is the service that Google provides back to the searcher. So if you'll come search on our algorithm for a local service, we'll show you who we think's best in this Pack 3 map. You can see more if you click on the map here, Mr. Google customer. By the way, under the map, here's 10 organic people. By the way, we found some reviews for them around the web, some Google reviews and Facebook. You can look at those too. Hey there guys, it's Nolen Walker here with HVAC Plumbing SEO Webmasters. Today's topic is called the $30,000 plumbing marketing budget. And it's kind of a true client story because it's a conversation I've had, and it's really not to, we're just gonna review why. There's nothing wrong with spending this much money if it makes money for you. I am gonna discuss alternatives and some other things that the client is doing now that they weren't before. And in their, in their defense, they called because they kind of sensed that they needed to be doing something different and taking advantage of other opportunities. So in this particular case, this plumber is spending $30,000 on paid ads, like pay per click and things like that. And again, this is a larger company, and that is totally fine. Somebody could spend up to this much money and include other lead sources like purchasing leads and SEO and other stuff. However, somebody could spend much less than this, in my opinion, get a similar result depending on how all this came together and how it worked. So in this case, and I've heard this, this comes up, this is a larger spend for paid advertising on the search engines, but this does come up. You know, people do spend this much money, and you guys are probably aware that there's plumbers in your market that spend this much money on paid ads. You see them up there all the time, and you know how much it costs to keep yourself up there. And this wasn't a major metropolitan area. So easily you could go in and spend this much on paid. The reason the client was coming with us and the methodology behind it is to include SEO into the marketing. And I wanted to bring this up too because, and we'll talk about some other types of marketing and the idea of branding and things like that. But so if someone's spending $30,000 on paid clicks, calls from search engines, and essentially spending zero on organic, it doesn't make any sense if someone knew the whole story of online marketing. And we're just going to stay with, let's say, Google on this. And so if somebody's participating in $30,000 worth of spend in a marketplace and they have not partaken of organic, understand that depending on what report you were to listen to online, that organic is 75% of the clicks and paid is 25%. A plumber usually is in a fairly tight geographic area, let's say 25 miles, because it costs money to have the truck on the road, costs money to have the plumbers and all of that. So typically a plumber isn't a 100-mile radius. And the reason I bring that up is because if a plumber is in a major market, from an organic standpoint, they can fight hard to show up across the major market and have a situation where 75% of their clicks are organic, not necessarily free, but organic, and 25% are paid. So is it possible that someone spending $30,000 and paid gets the equivalent of $120,000 in organic, or 90,000, however you want to look at that? Yes, it's very possible. Often we talk about it, and I will make the comment that organic is 300 to 400% better than, in most cases, than paid because of this dynamic. More people are clicking on it. Depends on also, some people can get 10 times better results. Depends on how effective the organic is and how much you pay for it. So if somebody's paying less than $1,000 for organic, they spend $30,000 and they spend less than $1,000 on the organic, it's over 30 times better return on the money and the marketing budget. And so I know this sounds rudimentary and basic, and you might go, oh, this guy should have known this or done that. No, people get in and buy stuff. For one thing, when they're buying paid ads, I really think that a lot of that's branding. It's like, gosh, I pay a lot to this thing. Also, again, these people made money at this. They just had made less of it, and it sets off red flags and goes, we need to find something different so that I can monetize better and make the best return on investment dollar. I'm sorry, my Slack, if you can hear the beeping, is going nuts on my computer right now. Anyway, so why not partake in something that might be 1/30th as much money that would produce magnitudes potentially more? And can it really be that inexpensive for SEO? Yes, the majority of our clients pay less than $1,000, and those clients will participate in some of the SEO by doing check-ins with brand review. It's a service that we use. It's BRANDREVU. Review is spelled REVU, brandreview.com. And it allows to do what's called a check-in from the phone. You take a photo, write a caption, put in the client's cell phone number, pick the city page and service page, and hit check-in, and it'll grab the geo coordinates from where you are, put a little red pin drop on the city page and the service page with the photo and caption. And this is great for branding. The client also gets a text and or email. They're more likely to leave a review. So Google sees this branded signaling coming in, more reviews, photos of actual jobs. I mean, that really validates organic content, right? And captions. And so they have a choice to make. Who do we show on this map? Who do we show on this organic page? Well, these people have people leaving reviews about this service, photos of the service, and check-ins within 2 blocks with a pin drop that the client can read, the Google client. It's a better site to show somebody. You might do other things for organic, like some social media or joining some local civic organizations. So there's other stuff you can do to make sure that when someone goes online, they're finding your map more often than not and finding your keyword terms more often than not, backed up by reviews and chatter from the community, right? And it is worth it, highly worth it, to go in and think about the idea of high-end branding. If you think that people spend a lot of money on paid, some do, but where people are completely wrong is that they do not spend that much on organic, not anywhere near it in most cases. People will make false narratives up about, oh man, they spend tens of thousands on their marketing. And while they might, like the one we're talking about, people up in organic ranking, I can tell you from doing this for years, almost a decade now, they are not spending hardly anything. They're getting some good services, not for the return. They're getting great services like HVAC, plumber, SEO, webmasters to work, and then they're doing a few other things, and they're using that to go up in ranking. And so it is just by far the first place to spend money. Is there anything wrong with spending money on paid? No. Anything wrong with paying for clicks or pay per call on Google, Bing, Yahoo? Nope. Anything wrong with Facebook or Instagram? Nothing's wrong with any of it. Buying a lead from a lead service? There's nothing wrong with any of these platforms as long as I return good money for you. However, the best return for anybody has been for many years and probably will continue to be so, is organic, because that is the service that Google provides back to the searcher. So if you'll come search on our algorithm for a local service, we'll show you who we think's best in this Pack 3 map. You can see more if you click on the map here, Mr. Google customer. By the way, under the map, here's 10 organic people. By the way, we found some reviews for them around the web, some Google reviews and Facebook. You can look at those too. So if you'll participate in that, it used to be called Google Local, Google Places, Google My Business now. But for me, I'm old school. I've done this a long time. It's really more Google local. At least it is for you. For plumbing and HVAC, they're looking locally, and you can participate in the largest marketing system that's ever existed and fight to be up there in ranking. It is absolutely worth it. I thought I'd talk about somebody's $30,000 marketing spend budget to drive home how lopsided it is. And I've done this for so long, and you know how often I see this? It is the majority of the time that someone will go hunt for a lead, pay for marketing, and ignore their organic, put their fingers in their ears and cover their eyes and act like they can't even do the organic, like it falls out of the sky magically, or they've gotten screwed around by every digital marketing company. You very well may have been screwed around by a digital marketing company before, agency, because there's a lot of bad ones out there, but they're not all bad. We have a great company, do fantastic services, equip you with the tools, and show forth to Google your best digital footprint, and then bring in digital signaling on a regular basis that legitimately makes you deserving of showing up for these rankings. And you can do it. You will need some help. We're happy to help with our portion of it, and we will help guide you on the other portion of it. It's not that difficult. It's just something you need to get after and do. If you figure out the organic side of things, your return on investment's better, thus your profit's better, and your life is better. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I think that was a pretty nice little one. We would love to hear from you. My name's Nolen, and look forward to hearing from you. We'll see you next time.